back in the building. Shout out to the sponsors, the Snow Goons, Elise Out International, Blaze 'em Up Radio, Creative Juices Music. You know what I mean? Shout out to the new sponsors, Molly the Ghetto Child, peace. Shout out to Vinyl Frontier as well. We got the homie Indigo Phoenix on the show tonight, yo. Yeah. We'll be talking about some ill shit, you know what I mean? Got a few questions and whatnot. Talk about some of her projects and whatnot. Shout out to everybody to be supporting the show, you know what I mean? Yo, DJ Tech One, it's good. Yeah, we're gonna get the show popping in just a second. We're just waiting for the homie to hop up in here. I hope everybody's having a good week and whatnot. Make sure to check out, you know what I mean, goonsgear.com. Check out creativeusesmusic.com, you know what I mean, for some exclusive clothes and vinyls and all that. Peace. Check out Vinyl Frontier, you know what I mean, for some dope ass. You got some dope sample lists, you know what I mean, playlists and shit like that. Yo, Jux, peace. Make sure to look out for that new Jux Diamond shit, you know what I mean, first of the month with the fam Snow Goons, you know what I mean. That shit's fire, yo. They got a video dropping for that as well. You know what I mean? Peace and blessings to everybody. Yeah. Waiting for the homie to hop up in here and whatnot. King Size, peace. Peace to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Once again, make sure to support the YouTube, you know what I mean? Subscribe and shit for all the previous shows and all the current shows and all that. Word up. Yo.
What's good?
What's good?
What's going on?
Same old. How's your week going?
It's been hectic. Hectic,
I
not as
hear
productive
that.
as I would have liked it to be, but yeah, it was going.
Nah, I feel you on that, yo. I mean, you know, it's everyday life, and then you got the hip hop and everything else. So you know what I'm saying? I feel that. Word.
Right.
So I guess let's
Peace,
hop right in.
everybody.
Let's hop right
Peace.
into it. Word. Peace to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Once again. So let's hop right into it. I got some questions. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure some people might have asked you this before, maybe not. So we gonna hop into it though. So first off, where did you come up with the name Indigo Phoenix?
That's a long one. My name was Bangkok Blaze. That sounds like such a porn star name. Such a porno name, but I liked it, and I like porn. But just throw that out there. But I started going by Blaze. I took the Bangkok off, and then this rapper came out named Blaze, and I was like, well, shit, I don't want that name anymore. And a friend of mine said, Fire, you're a good Phoenix. You would make a good Phoenix. Like when Jean Grey morphed into the Phoenix, they were like, that's you. So I said, you know, I went and looked up the meaning behind the Phoenix and how the Phoenix rises from adversity and overcomes things and is reborn. And I said, that's a perfect representation of me. So then I chose that. I was going by Phoenix the Firebird for a long time. But when I came to Instagram, I changed to Indigo. I am an indigo being. It's not because of the color. I'm clairvoyant. So, you know, being like one of the people who are seers and into that type of a thing, I had Indigo Phoenix as a description of myself. But my boy Shabam Sadiq was like, yo, that's your rap name, Indigo Phoenix. So Shabam Sadiq gave me the name Indigo Phoenix. He was like, that's it. Keep that.
Word, yo. That's crazy, yo. Peace to Shabab too. I seen he just hopped in. That's a crazy story though. Peace to the brother Shabab, yo. He a good brother. Word.
Yeah,
That's a
my
dope name
boy.
though.
That's one of my best friends. Peace to my bro Fal Al just came in here.
All right, peace to everybody tuned in. Make sure to follow Indigo Phoenix. You know what I mean? Click the little tab up top and whatnot while we doing this interview. But yeah, Shabam's a good brother, man. That's a dope name. That's why I wanted to know. I wasn't sure if anybody asked you that before, so I figured I'd throw it out there because it's an ill name. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Word. So I also wanted to ask you, what was some of your favorite albums growing up? Like what made you really want to hop into the whole hip hop and whatnot? Like what the
You
first maybe
know,
the first album was something.
I didn't want to do hip hop. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. The first album that made me fall in love with hip hop, Criminal Minded. Oh my
Mm,
God. You know, I went to Caribbean private school. So to hear the fusion of the dance hall with the hip hop, you know, why da da dang, why da 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 dang. Hey, like, yo, that's dope. Like, that shit blew my
word.
mind. And yo, that's what made me fall in love with hip hop. Like Criminal Minded, I was just so into it. And just going from there, just everything else. The rebirth of the love was probably Bonita Applebum, Tribe Called Quest, and
Mm,
the Native Tongue movement, the Jungle Brothers, that whole movement right there, De La Soul, that did it for me. I was sold on it at that point. You feel me? So stuff like that really made me go crazy. Like it was just the feel of it. You know, it was a transition in hip hop at that time of being more into knowledge itself, and I absolutely love that part of the movement. Rolling into X Clan, you know, like I was able to have conversations with Brother Jay as of recently as to how he influenced my life and my musical choices back then. So I mean, but the main person who made me want to rap was Bahamadia. So
mm.
salute to
Yo,
Queen
word.
Bahamadia. Like when I saw
Word.
her, it was an embodiment of I always say this, grace, eloquent, spitter, class, very poised. She never raunchy, never derogatory. Like she was just the epitome of what I felt like a woman should embody and present to other women in hip hop. And I respect her so much for that. That, you know, I was like, I want to, you know, drop some stuff too. You know, I'm newly entering into Islam, you know, so I had this whole different perspective about, you know, life and how you carry yourself and what you want to portray to young women. And when she came out, and she was hard too, like that did it for me. Like I was sold on that. You know what I'm saying? So Bahamadia, like major salute to her. And honored, like I tell people all the time, I could throw my mic in the closet and throw that shit away because she hit me and she was like, she see what I'm doing, she like what I'm doing. So to actually like have her number, have had conversations with her about how to proceed in my career and her giving me advice, that's the cherry on that's it for me. I have made it as far as I'm concerned because I got the queen's blessing. So Bahamadia is definitely the source of what inspired me.
Word, yo, that three the hard way. DJ Premier was like my all time favorite, like from her, yo, like straight up. And exactly what you said. It's exactly what you said. Like she wasn't, you know what I mean? Because you got back then you had like Lil Kim, you know what I mean, Foxy Brown,
Hmm.
but then you also have, you know what I mean, but then you had the real lyricists. You know what I'm saying? Not to shame them and
Oh
nothing,
yeah.
but there were certain categories in that. And you know, you had Jean Grey, you know what I mean, Bahamadia, you'd have Queen Latifah, but then you'd also have, like I said, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown. You know what I mean? Charlie Baltimore was like in between for me when it came to that. But yeah, she definitely touched on some whole other shit. And I appreciated what she did for the culture and just the lyricism in general. Like she was a real lyricist. Like she ain't had no bullshit. So yeah, I see where you would come from
Yeah,
with
I
that,
love it. And
especially.
like you said, I don't knock any of the other few because I was, so, you know, talking about the ill nana and all that too, but that's not what inspired me to get into it. You feel
Word.
me? I'm a Brooklyn girl at heart, so of course I support my Brooklyn spitters, and you know I don't shame the ladies for what they do because they're gonna do what they do as a product of the environment. As long as people are doing what's organic to them, I can't knock them. That's all I have to say. If you're
Word, yeah,
organically
yo, see.
freaky and nasty, then do your thing.
I mean, you know, like Lil Kim on the Money Power Respect hook. That's all it took for me to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, yeah. And then the fucking My Be Quiet Storm remix, and yo, she had some shit though. But
Right.
like in general, yeah, like I mean, yeah, hip hop is what it is. I mean, I base it based on the lyricism and you know what I'm saying, and the heart poured into it. I mean, you know, anybody can floss with diamonds and all that shit, but when it breaks down to real hip hop, it's the elements. And you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Muhammad was definitely in that
Yeah, she
category.
was.
Queen Latifah definitely. You know what I mean? Lauryn Hill. I mean, you can't go. You can't not mention Lauryn
You
Hill
know,
because of
I
the
like a
knowledge
bunch of
and everything.
ladies, but it's just that Bahamadia was just she was just that one. You know, I have to give an
Mm.
honorable mention to Lil Chat and Gangsta Boo because I listen to a lot of that too. So that kind of inspired my harder side of my lyricism because I actually like Tennessee hip hop. So like 666 Mafia, 3 6 Mafia, I've listened to that whole thing. You know, I'm here in Atlanta. So I really got
Mhm.
into their sound and their music and shit, they spit some hard lyrics, Le Chat Gangsta Boo. So I was listening to that. So that kind of influenced my kind of more gutter side of my rap.
Nah, I feel you. Well, I mean, like I said, like you got some ill lyricism. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I listen to a whole bunch of your stuff. You know what I mean? Cause it's hard for me to play catch up with a lot of things.
Yeah.
But then again, when I do get the time to really sit and listen, I really kind of broke down a lot of the stuff you were saying, and it's some real ill shit. I gotta say though, by far, your beat choice. Like for me, it's always the beat choice. If you an artist, like you could be the dopest lyricism, yo, but if you pick the wrong beats, it just completely
It's
just
kaput. It's out of there.
you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, your choice of beats is phenomenal.
Thank
Like,
you.
I definitely gotta say that. Like, I mean, to most people, it's like, anyone can pick a beat. It's like, nah, you really to really know your craft and to know thyself, knowledge yourself, you have to know what you want, and you
Right.
definitely pick what you want, and you can kindly tell by the way you're rapping on them and the way you're flowing with them. It's like, you know what I mean? It's not like a separate track. It's almost like it's one. It's a whole unit. So. I definitely just gotta mention that real quick on that. Give you your flowers for that.
Thank you.
um,
I love my
word. But
producers. So shout out my producers because that's my muse. Like when I work with people, I work to be complimentary to what they put out. So I'm an asshole about picking beats, yes. I just be like, that's not my style, or send me something else. And then when I hear it, I normally know in the first 3 seconds that's it, because I'm immediately already spitting in my head. So when I try to force
mhm,
it, I know that this is not the track for me. And I'm just really
mhm,
particular about the beat selection, and I'm particular about concepts and what I'm trying to convey in this song. And I think that's like one of the major parts about beat selection is this, it just has to make sense cohesively across the board. Is this the type of beat for that message that you're sending? And I feel like all of that together just makes everything work. And I think people don't realize it's just an art form to this music shit. And I don't just do anything just willy-nilly. I'm very strategic about how I do everything, how I pick my beats, the concepts and all of that. And that's the most important thing to me, is to make sure that I'm aligned with producers that get my sound. Like salute my in-house producers, Quake Mob. They really took time to study all my albums and they customized the sound for me. So that
mhm.
meant a lot to me, for somebody to actually customize my sound. I like it dark, I like it gritty, I like it grimy, but I also like some jazzy, Ninth Wonder type, Pete Rock type beats as well. So I just fall into that category. Like, don't give me something girly and something you want to put me on so I can play the girly role on the album with you. Like, I don't want that. I always tell dudes, send me something. If you have the opportunity to send beats to MF Doom or Sean Price, send me those
Mhm.
beats. Don't send me
Word.
shit that is outside of the spectrum of that.
So with that being said, we ain't tossing you no Puff Daddy beats then, correct?
Don't toss me those.
No, no, but okay, cool, cool. Just making sure, you know what I'm saying?
Unless it's
um,
Victory. Now, Victory was a dope track.
yeah, ooh, oh, hell yeah,
Victory
yeah,
was a
yeah,
dope
that,
track. Like
yeah,
certain shit, yeah. I love Biggie. I
word.
love that, but it was just I have my own signature sound, and I feel like I'm probably one of the only females that really do really gritty, grimy shit. And I love it though.
Word.
That's just organic to me. I like horror. So I like those dark sounds, you know, like Stephen King, Alfred Hitchcock. Like I'm doing a whole album based on my idols called Insidious Idols, and I just like those dark sounds. So yeah, I'm excited when I hear the gritty hardcore shit.
So that's the perfect segue because that's actually something I was gonna leak into to ask you. So based on that, what you said, Hitchcock. So what's your favorite Hitchcock movie?
Oh my God, there's a couple of them. The Rearview Window and Rope.
Mm.
Rope is dope because that body was there the whole time. I don't know if you saw that
Yo.
movie. Somebody committed a murder at the beginning of a dinner party, and they didn't have time to get rid of the body, so they made a table out of the crate that they shoved the body in and was trying to entertain, but a detective came there looking for the person, and it was just crazy. But Rope, you got to check that out. And then
Yeah, I actually didn't see that. It sounds like a tall heart or tall tale heart almost. Like that's what it sounds. I didn't see that specific. I need the window though. I did see because they made a remake of that.
Yeah. So yeah,
they made a remake of that with
one of the good ones. Watching a Murder from Across the Way. I think Disturbia was influenced by that movie. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That movie was based off of.
Yeah. So those, I don't know. Me personally, both were good. You know what I mean? But you can't really replace the classics. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You just but yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. The movies, that one movie's dope. I gotta see the other one though. Now that you mentioned that.
Yes, Rope. Oh yeah, you'll love it.
Word. I know, man, people probably gonna burn me later. Like, yo, how you ain't know that movie? It's like, yo, I don't got time. You know what I'm saying? Like, even as a kid, it was like I was so mixed up in so much. You know what I mean? Because I'm an anime head and I'm into all types of shit. So yeah, that shit kind of threw me off a little bit with like all the older shit. But I definitely want to peep that. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Right,
Facts. Yo, peace and Judah Priest.
But yeah, I know about those things.
Word, I'm gonna have to check that now because I love me some horror movies, suspense type movies. So yeah, dope. And I know they got. See, that's the other thing.
Alfred Hitchcock is the master of suspense. That's his thing. He's the king of that.
You know what's the best thing about them classics is the fucking samples. You know what I mean? Because back in the day when you be watching them, you be like, yo, that shit is ill. But now you can take from that and make it into a beat. You know what I mean? With the samplers and all that shit. So that shit is crazy.
Like when Busta Rhymes did Give Me Some More, that was from a Hitchcock movie from Psycho.
Yo, that shit is crazy. So, yeah. See?
Busta Rhymes tracks.
Hell yeah, you just reminded me of that. It's been so long since I heard that joint, but yeah, you right. Now that shit was ill too. I mean, yo, it's a lot of dope shit, man. And you mentioned in your bio too, like about Stu Bangers, and he's like the master of like the horror shit. Me and him discussed about this before. He's the master of that shit. So shout out to Stu Bangers.
Stu sent me a pack of beats, like literally. I think I was just starting. Stu was probably just really getting his, feet wet, doing the production. I was writing for Weekly Rap God, so I did an interview on him. I always covered all his stuff. And he sent me a beat pack, like maybe 10 or 15 beats. And these are Stu Bangers beats. Now I picked 2 of them. So that just goes to show you how picky I am. I picked 2 and I just went from there. Like, and he just was willing to work with me and rock with me. And I appreciated that from Stu. And he's probably one of I'll say the second, because Jules Polar was the first producer that really inspired me to really wholeheartedly get into rapping. So salute Jules Polar, because I've been dealing with Polar, oh my God, since maybe like 2007. So he's been an ever constant producer in my life.
That's what's up, yo. Yeah, peace to the brother Stu Bangers. Yeah, he got mad shit, yo, straight up. So I'm glad we touched base on that. Now I had some other joints I wanted to throw at you. You know what I mean? Just to kick it around a little bit before we get into some of these tracks and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like I say on my show to a lot of people, anybody can talk about music. But to really get in depth with the artist, sometimes you gotta dig a little deeper than that. And I like to know what you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm trying to base around everything. But so to go into that, I was gonna ask you, what would you like to see more of in hip hop and less of?
Oh my God, more women coming with some real lyricism and more women who are actually really lyricists being acknowledged, less munching and more rapping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so,
Yeah,
I
I
can't even
agree.
hold you. I'm disheartened by the state of hip hop as it stands right now. The things that get elevated and put on pedestals, it just really be overrated to me. And I don't knock anybody, because I'm glad to see anybody win, because that's somebody coming up and getting, getting what they need to do for themselves, their family, whatever. That's cool. But it's still just a certain standard in hip hop I feel is missing. It's more of men, I curse on here, men thinking with their dicks, that's controlling. They looking at ass and saying that's dope, and not really listening to the lyrics. It's like strip club music. It's like you picking hoes out the club, but her ass look good and she rap. She's next. She's got it. You like hearing with like dumb ears, because you looking at ass, you're blinded by ass. You're not really hearing what's really coming out of this bitch mouth, and you just co-signing it because you want to fuck. That's what has to stop in hip hop. The co-signs from men who be trying to get ass, it just don't work. You know what I'm saying? Just like Drake was like, oh yeah, this is the best thing ever. Fly the bitch out and unfollow her. Like, shit like that is just horrible. You feel what I'm saying? If you want to fuck, keep it low key, hit her DM, but stop, trying to big up all these people. Like Funk Flex, he never was a catalyst for me of what's hot. So when people be like, oh, Funk Flex said, it don't matter what he say. What matters is that people support real lyricists like the Shay Noirs and, the Rhapsodies. Rod Digger's still rapping, Ty Phoenix still rapping, Honey De Niro, it's a bunch of Nejma Nefertiti. It's a lot of my sisters out here killing it and doing what they're doing. The young ones, China Street, Santana Fox. It's chicks that's really rapping that you could put your backing into and really big up, Keith Turner, Aida, come on. Like, I hate to see that in hip hop lacking, that men support women based on their looks and not based on their talent. That's what has to stop.
Yo, facts. Yo, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of a tough subject to touch on with all the bullshit going on, the gentrification and you know what I mean? The little, you know what I'm saying, soft ass people and shit. So it's like, it's tough to really bring it up because, like, you know what I'm saying? To be real, there's a lot, like you said, there is a lot of dope female MCs. I don't even know if that's the right way to put it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
it
But
is.
it's
It is,
just,
because we're talking specifically on that group. But yeah, there are a lot of dope females out here holding their own in the industry.
facts. And I feel like looks should never have mattered in hip hop. That started with the Puff Daddy era and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where that came into, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's all about lyricism. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there is a lot of bullshit that's getting like allowed to get away with. You know what I mean? Like it don't matter what you look like. I don't want to see you in the music video popping a Sprite bottle, but you talking about your hip hop. Like you shaking your ass doing nah. That's not my thing for hip hop
Right,
because, like I said, Lauryn Hill. I had set my standard at Lauryn Hill.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I set my standard at, you know what I'm saying, Queen Latifah. These are my lyricists. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, women need respect too. It has nothing to do with, like, gender don't matter, race don't matter, because I do notice a lot of the Hispanics lately are also getting that same kind of heat where it's like, oh, well, we're not allowed to do certain things or whatever. But what the fuck does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you spin the hottest shit ever, does it really matter what you look like? Or what? Like,
Right.
I'm not going by that
The
shit.
controversies behind stuff is just annoying as hell, especially the black and the Puerto Rican thing and the white thing. And I just have to touch on it because that bothers me. And I just want people to see it from this perspective. Doesn't have anything to do with race. I have Puerto Rican cousins. I have, we're all brown, first and foremost. We're not any black. We're all Nubians. We are all of the same descent. So, chill out. But as being African descent or black, as they want to say, we came here as slaves and we had our own culture, we had our own language, we had our own African traditions, we had our own everything, and it was stripped of us. And we had to then, as we were free, come back and cultivate and bring back what was organic to us musically, hairstyles, clothes, all of those things. So from a people who's been stripped of all their heritage and culture, when we make something, we want that something claimed as ours, and welcome that you like it, but acknowledge that we did it. You feel what I'm saying? Can't keep allowing people to strip what we create and what we do. It's not fair to us to do that and to expect us to always have to share. Nobody is sharing country. Nobody is sharing Spanish music. Nobody is sharing that shit with us because it's organic to them. Let things that are organic to Black people be organic to them, and feel free to participate in it. That's all I have to say about it. That's it.
No, I mean, you got a lot of good points, and I definitely understand it. I definitely like overstand
Right.
in a way at the same time, because but I look at it like at the same time, yeah, I see exactly where you're coming from,
Right.
and
And
it's
you
a
see
really
people in
tough,
the
it's a tough subject.
1930s rapping and breakdancing, and this is in the 1930s. You can't come talking about what happened in the 70s. You still soldier behind the culture, but we are the originators of the culture. You just got to give the due respect where the shit is due. That's it.
I don't think that's because I definitely agree with you, but you know what it is? I don't think that's so much the problem. I think the problem of the overall conversation
Mhm.
is the fact that you know what I'm saying, us as Latinos, we've been through a lot too.
Right.
We've been slaves. We've been slaves. For those that don't know, we've been raped. We've been whatever. We've had a lot going on. I'm
Mhm.
not trying to compare and contrast, and I'm just giving the
Right.
facts. And
I mean, we
the
are
thing is with
of the
that
same
is,
descent.
so you know what I mean. And I look at it like at the end of the day, it's like for someone to tell us we're not allowed to do something is equivalent
Right.
to taking away someone else's heritage. So for someone to come in and be like, nah, y'all lie, y'all have no place here, it's
Oh
like
yeah,
that's
that's
not.
definitely not true. That's definitely not true because that we were always together like that in the culture. You feel what I'm saying? So that narrative is definitely like you can never say that. Growing up in New York and New York being the birthplace, we were attaching each other's hips. You know what I'm saying? So
Word.
that's crazy to even fathom that you can not say that this particular demographic is not allowed or they're not allowed. That's not true because they in that times they were big contributors to perpetuating the culture as it stands now. So you can't negate people's contributions to the culture. You can't, no matter who contributed. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the whole point. Whoever contributed and what they contributed, you can never take that shit away from them and tell them, oh, you can't do this or you weren't a part of this when we were always there from the inception. It's crazy.
And I mean, this is freedom of speech. I mean, this is how we express it. To tell someone, yo, you can't do this because you're not a certain color.
That's
You're taking away our
insanity.
freedom. You might as well, you know what I mean? You might as well be the fucking government because you're taking away our way of life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we a mixture of everything, and
And
we all stand behind
we
each other.
are family. We are saying, so that be my whole point. Is the whole problem is people don't have knowledge of self. When you don't know who you are, it's
Facts.
easily to sway you and make you think, oh, it's Latin. I mean, it's the whole shit is of African descent. Everybody has some black in them. And Latinos, black and African. It's African and some Spanish. So that's the combination of what makes that culture. It's like, hello, like, do you not see it from the skin color, the hue of your skin? We have the same
You know
complexion.
what I'm saying?
It's just the
Facts.
dialect is different because of, like you said, being enslaved by a particular people. They spoke Spanish. Ours spoke English. But we were all still enslaved by somebody. We were all still,
Yeah,
how
you know
would
what I'm
you say,
saying?
mixed with other people who enslaved us. You feel me? So it's like it's all about doing the knowledge and learning when a divide and conquer bullshit is coming in the culture. The thing about the culture is to just contribute and make sure that the contributions are worthy and that the contributions are upholding the standard of the shit. All the pioneers who work hard to get us where we are right now put in all the effort. Make sure that we keep pushing to see that same type of excellence for the future generations coming up. That's it. All the other bickering and back and forth is just divisive, calculated ways to divide and conquer.
Pretty much. I mean, and that's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't, it don't matter what race you are. If you contributing to the expansion of hip hop,
Right.
that's a blessing. But if you contributing to the destruction of us, it's like it don't matter what color you
It
are. At
don't.
the end of the day, it don't.
Some of
You
my
know what I'm saying?
biggest
So
fans are overseas and they're not black. You feel what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You know, the culture is the culture in itself. This culture is kind of like a religious way of life. So when you look
mhm,
into it, it's just people living this hip hop way of life. It's our clothes, our dialogue, our dialect. It's a culture in itself. So it has nothing to
mhm.
do with skin color. It has everything to do with, are you absorbed in it and do you rep it? That's basically what culture is.
Yeah, 'cause like I said, you want to put a tattoo on yourself saying hip hop, that's cool and shit. But if you ain't doing shit for the culture, you ain't out here like the rest. You know what I mean? Because you got them funny ass people that be
Mm-hmm.
hiding behind mics and shit and be like, oh, hip hop this, but you don't never see them niggas in the streets. But when it comes to us, we out here, we in the community, we giving back to the community. That's still a part of hip
Right.
hop. It has always have been. Because if you look at Beat Street, prime example of a movie, even though yeah, it's Hollywood,
Love it.
whatever, but it's still based on actual facts for the most part. So it's like that's what it was about, giving back, giving that. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing that,
Then
you
what
ain't
are
in
you
it for the right
doing? Right.
purpose.
It's like there's people who are absolutely in love with this culture that are not black, that are not they're not Latino, they're not, they're Asian, they're Australian, there's so many people like this. Hip hop has become renowned worldwide where you can't tell people what they can. I welcome people to enjoy and love this, love the fuck out of it. But you know what I'm saying? But don't try to downplay the contributions or the originators. You feel what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
my only problem. And you heard why I have that problem. We've been stripped of enough, for God's sake.
Yeah, now
Let us have something
I feel
to
you.
say.
I feel you. I mean, all we gotta do is just work together, man. Just
That's
keep building
it.
this shit
That's
up. I
it.
mean,
Everybody
you
can
know what
be
I'm
in this shit. I
saying?
work with my producers are from UK. I have two producers from UK. I work with everybody in the grand scheme of it. My DJs who play me, the biggest supporters. I mean, that's just how it is. We work together, and it doesn't matter what color they are. You know what matters? That they have great taste in hip hop, that they spin some dope ass shit, that they know their music, they have a good ear, they rep that shit. They don't just play anything. They're not trying to chase clout. My things, I don't like clout clowns. That's it. If you repping this shit
Mhm.
heavy for the passion and the love of it, I fuck with you. It don't matter what color you are.
Yo,
That's
facts.
it.
Facts. That's what it's all about. That's how it is with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like I said, hiding behind the mics and behind the computers and shit. You're gonna see me out here. I'm
Yeah.
paying for support to
These fake
everybody. Like,
gatekeepers and shit who don't really know hip hop and just trying to be cool behind the scenes and don't really know shit about hip hop. I can't stand them.
yo, facts. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We always growing. That's the other thing I gotta get back to hip hop is that knowledge itself. And it's also the fact of don't automatically assume you know everything. Don't automatically assume you know all of hip hop because there's so many artists. There's so much hip hop in the world, in the galaxy for all we know. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in hell you can
Uh-uh.
know every artist
There's
and
so
know
much shit
everything.
I'm
So
still discovering now as of late. I be seeing shit like, oh, for real? I'm definitely one
mhm,
of those people that just be like, definitely be having
yeah.
blonde, but this hair is gray. I be having blonde moments. Like, yo, I didn't know that.
Nah, you trapped in the wormhole, that's all.
Right, you gotta learn. It be learning experience. Like I know a lot of hip hop shit, a lot of hip hop history, but then there's a lot of shit that I don't know that I newly discover later and be like, oh, I didn't know that. You know?
Facts. You know what I mean? That was the beauty of hip hop too. We're missing that. If you want to ask me that same question and vice versa, I will tell you the one thing I feel is missing for hip hop is the wormhole. where you get lost in all this music, you discover more, you discover more. It's like people are just listening to one artist and they're just cutting themselves off for the rest. It's like you're missing out. And you know what I'm saying? There's so many dope artists like yourself that may get tossed underneath the line because they're too busy stuck on, you know what I'm saying, all the newest, latest shit. Is like, yo, you can't be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really dig into it. We used
Right.
to do that. We used to check for the producers on the credits. We used to check for who did this, who did that. They ain't even doing that no more. And then, well, I mean, it is most of everything's digital. So for the most
Right.
part, a lot of that is not descriptive for most people that want to dig. So it is kind of a little
Right.
weird.
DJs
But
don't break artists anymore. And I said that on Twitter. DJs don't look to break fresh artists that nobody heard. They look to
mhm,
just support who's already popular. That has to stop because you have the opportunity to bring forward fresh new talent like other DJs used to do and bring people for. That's how Wu-Tang came for. Like different DJs looking around and
mhm,
pitching to like a lot of people never come to the forefront because people just always, for lack of better words, just be dick riding whoever popular. So you never get to hear. All the playlists be the same people because they popular. So you just never hear. So you get lost in the sauce when you just this different type of indie artist and you haven't broken through that plateau yet to be that type of a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'll be
yeah,
always
I
on the
think that.
list. I'm always on the
Mhm,
list. But you know, they don't know me like they know Shay Noir, you know, because J Noir
mhm,
38 Special, but they don't know me like Armani Caesar, you know what I'm saying? She West Side Gun, you know what I'm saying? So people
word.
gravitate to people based on who they fuck with, who they align with, and they push certain people because they be trying to get this clout, and it don't really be based off of, oh, let me push these other people too. They feel like they can't push other people if they pushing certain people.
Yeah, I mean, other things based on that same subject would be, you know what I'm saying? People are, you know what I'm saying, more invested in buying features and getting these big names on their shit instead of bringing their own peoples on. Because
Mm-hmm.
I know back, yo, Queensbridge, Nas, he brought everybody in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Mobb Deep brought people in. It's like, where's that love? Where's that? What you want to call it? That vibe? There is
Right.
no more vibe. It's like, oh, we in the studio with special, you know what I'm saying? Where we in the building with this and this and that. It's like, yo, but you ain't in the building with your own peoples. How are you even vibing like that? Like you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? That look at Wu-Tang. You check the documentary, they all in the same room writing, they battling each other. Who got the best bar? That shit is missing from hip hop in a lot of sessions. And
Right.
that's
Well,
why I
you
feel
know,
like
I
the
was
music
around
could
with
be a
Wu
little.
Tang, so I ran with Wu Tang when they were doing that part of stuff. So, like Method Man, we were here pushing the cassettes for Meth before he came up. I was 9 months
Mm,
pregnant at the first Grave Digger. I was just talking to Fuquan 2 weeks ago. I was 9 months pregnant at the first Grave Diggers concert here in Atlanta, going to meet the RZA down there to support. Like I've been rocking with Wu before Wu even got to where they were at. Like I got pictures of them chilling in the hardest of tracks down here with us, and they really worked hard to build that platform, and we were part of that structure that they had here, really trying to push and build. So they went from that to having the Wu store here, all of that stuff. So like Wu is an extended family. Old Dirty was like quote unquote my daughter's uncle. So I've always been around him. So I saw firsthand how they rock once they came together and got stuff going, and you definitely don't see a lot of that type of camaraderie anymore with people.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could tell it in the music too. You know what I mean? You could feel it in the music. Like, because music is a vibe. Music is it's an aura. You know what I mean? Like you can tell when somebody's really feeling it, really vibing. Like as opposed to someone just rushing something out or just forcing a project. You can kind of tell.
Right.
So yeah, not to get off topic. We got heavy in that shit, but yeah, let's get to the next. Cause yo, that shit, yeah, yeah. There was a lot touched on them subject. I'm just glad somebody could vibe on that because there's a lot going on with the hip
It
hop shit.
is.
But what I was gonna ask you was another one. I had another question for you. I was gonna ask you if you had an opportunity to do a track with three RIP artists, who would you want to do a track with?
3 RIP. Oh, MF Doom, Sean
Mm,
Price. Huh, who else? Michael Jackson.
What? Michael Jackson. Oh, oh, you just threw an ill curveball right there. So, wow. Nah, so Michael Jackson rapping, doing the hook,
Singing.
making
I
the
like
beat.
writing songs too.
Mm,
So I do both. I
okay,
write
yo,
songs
he.
and I rap. So I like doing both. So on that spectrum, because greatest entertainer of all time, fire, like
Mhm.
Michael Jackson, opportunity to do something, I would do it with the greatest entertainer of all time, of course.
I'm saying, and it'll be tough to really choose what exactly they have him do because he produces too. He makes
Mm-hmm.
beats. He makes his own instrumentals. He probably even can rap. I think I heard him rap one time, but probably not though. But you never know with Michael Jackson. And then he sings and he does hook. He does it all. So yeah, you just throw an ill curveball right there.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be
I
some
got the
shit.
project Dominique Devereaux coming out, part 2, and I'm singing on the hook and doing the harmonies, and I'm singing on the
That's
first
what's
one,
up.
doing the harmonies. So I like, doing those little harmony type things, writing songs. So yeah, I could see myself building on something like that, and that would be dope.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now let me ask you an extension of that question. Who would you want to produce the track?
Who would I want to produce? Huh. Well, Doom is one of the faves. Probably Ninth Wonder. Is definitely one of my favorite producers. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, yeah, Ninth Wonder. MF Doom. I'm not sure. I'm really crazy about beats, but it's like those are like my faves. Like when I used to freestyle or just play around, Ninth Wonder will always be my go-to person for the track. So it would definitely be around that. Pete Rock or something like that. Which I be talking to Pete
Yeah, yeah.
Rock. He's too expensive for me, but he that's the homie. We be joking and
I wouldn't be
talking about
surprised.
recipes, but I be trying to get no beats because I can't afford his
Yeah, I can imagine, yo. But yeah, you know what? Ninth Wonder will be a really good contribution to the track because
beats.
if you have Michael Jackson singing the hooks,
Yep.
Ninth Wonder can make that happen.
Yep.
Pete Rock could too, but Ninth Wonder got that ill feel to it, that ill vibe, the jazzy, slow, ill. It would definitely work with our Ninth Wonder production, I would say.
Yep.
So I definitely would
Yeah,
say
that's what I
that.
said. Ninth Wonder has a plethora of soundscapes, but I like the jazzy, soulful sound too. So I just don't like grimy. So it's just people always come with those. But if people came and bought me like soulful tracks, like a Ninth Wonder track, I would rock with it because that's one of my favorite joints too. I think um Little Brother, the Justice
Mm,
League, that kind of revived my interest back into music because I had kind of put it on the back burner for a while. And that movement really motivated me. At the time, I was managing Jazzo, and he was like, "You should start a podcast and just interview people you like." So I did, and the Justice League was probably the main ones, like Cesar Comanche, Edgar Allan Flo, Legacy. So those are the ones who I reached out and spoke to, and they really kind of catapulted my interest in emceeing again as well. So shout out to the Justice
that's what's up.
League for that.
Word, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad you answered it the way you did because that threw me, like I said, that threw me off with that whole that whole collab because yo, no one ever said that. I'm not gonna lie, everyone usually said the Biggie, Big Pun, Big L's. You know what I mean? So you definitely, yeah, you
Yeah,
threw a
because
curveball with that shit.
what really would have threw you if I said Jim Morrison.
Oh shit, yeah,
Now,
that definitely would have, yeah.
Jim Morrison is actually like musically, not just rap, musically, Jim Morrison is my music inspiration for writing songs and taking my poetry and
Hmm,
turning it into songs. So yeah, if it would have been
that's what's up.
extra space, I would add Jim in there. Wow boy.
That's crazy. Word, yo. Yeah, you definitely just flipped the script on that shit. So I'm glad you said that. That was a first. Like you just set the bar now because ain't no one's ever say Michael Jackson. So that's just straight.
We're gonna
You know
revive
what I'm
the
saying? That's
game.
ill. Word. That's ill. I like that. That's what's up. Um, so let's get a little bit into the music real quick. I don't want to hold you up too long, but like I know we get into in depth with a lot of shit. So let me ask you this. So because you had two projects released, correct? Because that's what I was peeping on. And well, you got three.
I have three right now.
Three.
This
That's
year.
what I was gonna say.
Um,
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
yeah,
for this year. Aldunia, Poison Lilac, and Hidden Blades. So those are the three for right now. And I'm slated to actually drop three more before this year is out. So be prepared for
that's what's
those
up.
drops.
That's what's up. What do you got any favorite tracks off Burn the Sun?
What about Burn the Sun?
You got any favorite tracks off of that like kind of stuck out to you more than a little more than the others?
You know what? Probably Murder Mantra and Buddha Palm. So
Yo, I
I
gotta
love martial
say,
arts film. So I don't know if people know the impact of the Buddha Palm, but that shit go from your chest to your back. Yeah. Buddha
I ain't going
Palm.
front. I was not expecting you to react that way because most people just take kung fu references but don't watch kung fu. So I'm glad you actually
Oh, I watched
participate
them.
into it. Word,
I could
word,
marathon them
Buddha
shits
Palm,
out. What you talking about?
word.
Little Heroes in
Yeah, facts, yo.
Shaolin, Drunken Monk series, One Armed Swordsman, like all of those. Love them.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love that. First off, I love the title. I'm a kung fu head, but also the joint in general. I love the beat to it.
Thank
I love
you.
the process, the lyrics, everything was just real. It was ill. It was
Thank
ill.
you.
Mantra too.
Thank you. I have my boys on there. And that the whole thing about doing these projects, if anybody realized, like the Goddess Paradox, my first project, I had a lot of people on there that I just genuinely fuck with. Like at the time, me and Kelly shoot were really cool. You know, we don't really speak now, but Push is my brother. Napoleon the Legend is really cool. I had Napoleon on there. You know what I'm saying? I have Recognized Ali. That's my bro. XP the Marksman. Been rocking with me since back then in 2019. Like I had a lot of heavy hitters on my projects from way back. And it's always under the
Yeah.
guise that I like to work with people I really truly fuck with. Elder Sensei is really close to me. Shabam is like my best friend. Like I said, John Jiggs moved here to Atlanta, so we're really cool. I met Jay Cyanide at the top of the other year, so we became cool. So, and Innocent, I would have to give him a major shout out. Introduced me to a lot of people and brought me on. Like he got me features with Fame from MOP and Tech from Smith and Wesson for my Aldunia album. The Straight Up Joint as well as the Still Love Her. So definitely had to be on my project. Illa G has always been a diehard person I chop it up with and talk to. And like I said, XP was always there. It's just everybody on that project was somebody who in some way I speak to or I really rock with and fuck with. There's never anytime you really see a project of mine and it's just some random ass nigga that I just put on my shit. I don't do that with my music. Because I like to do music with people I really like because I want to do visuals and I want the stigma of the situation to always be a good one. So I choose my features as well as I choose my beats. Let's put it that way.
No doubt. That's good. That's good though. Like I said, 'cause you're not just like I said, it don't mesh right when you're throwing just random ass people and doing random things. You know what I'm saying? Especially now in hip hop, it don't work that way. Like what I'm saying, you might be able to play it off, tossing some money around and shit, but not real people can tell when you doing real shit. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Then I'm
Yeah,
not
them
paying
tracks
for
is
them
ill, yo.
features.
See, my thing, I'm real tough with the whole feature shit. 'Cause to be honest with you, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? When you ain't got the means to do shit, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna pick a feature, I feel like it should be an artist you actually want to work with,
Yes.
not. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people get that all twisted, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna throw money at like my brother Rusty Jooks. I'll throw money at Rusty Jook, but do you even know his catalogs? Even know anything about him? You just doing it because that's Mr.
They want
Collab right
clout.
there. Like, is it? You know what I mean? Like that shit don't flow with
It's
me.
the
But
worst.
if you know what I mean? But if you're a rational fan and you really love how he raps and he does things and you do it, it's well worth the money. It's well put in for it. But you know what I'm saying? Like that clout chasing shit
Right.
is
That's
that
what I
shit's
said.
dumb,
Working
bro.
with Daddy-O is like the ultimate awesome thing because it's like how we wound up working is just crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like organic. Like I feel like I've been knowing Daddy-O my entire life. You feel me? So when you work with certain people, and you know most people in Daddy-O's caliber, they want to charge you to be working and featured, and he's never been that way. He jumped on my album with P.A. Dre. I jumped on his album, and now we have a joint album coming out together. And it's just, like I said, it's just a really awesome, authentic situation where we just vibe with from Brooklyn. We understand each other. We get it. And it's just a genuine relationship musically that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So that has to be the
Word.
situation. It can never be based off of clout. I feel like that's the thing that takes away from the culture is the clout chasing and the fame chasing. It's just do things organically from your heart, and the sound comes out so much better. I don't think people understand how important it is to just really be true to who you are when you're putting out your content. Like you want a dope body of work, you just have to be true to you. You're not comparing and trying to compete. I'm never worried about what another bitch doing. I'm never worried about what I don't even listen to niggas for real. So it's like I don't want to be influenced by what nobody else is doing. You feel me? If somebody be like, "Oh, check this," I might check it just to hear. It's like, "Oh, that's dope," but I'm never absorbing or comparing myself to anybody, and that's why I just stick out like the sore thumb because, oh, she's just a weird little chick. Like I'm just doing what I want to do because it's what I want to do. It's what makes me happy, and the right people will gravitate towards it if they like it. If they don't, that's fine. Then you're not my audience. But you know, my audience will gravitate towards me. But I never make music solely based to attract certain people. I make what I like, and that's it.
Yeah. Now that's how it's supposed to be though. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't doing wrong nothing wrong as far as I can tell because you got all the right people gravitating to you and
Thank
you
you.
got the good music flowing. So you can tell you definitely you know how to handle yourself in this game. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you even want to call it that. So it's definitely I definitely appreciate that. I also want to definitely mention Clips in the Mud with the fam Elder Sensei. That
Yeah,
shit bomb.
Sensei is the homie. So of course, I was like, Sensei, I have to get you on a joint. Like, you know, we do all these shows, and he's always on all my stages performing. I gotta get a joint with you because I curate shows too. So Sensei is always in the show. Like, let's do a song and let's just go ahead and solidify this. So, you know, when performance comes up, hey, we have a joint together. We can perform. You know what I'm saying? Just makes sense.
Facts. Facts. Yo, the way he started that off too was kind of heavy. I'm like, damn, I was expecting it to set off a certain way. He just came in with the the
He
sensei,
came
and
in
I'm
with
just like,
that.
yo, he didn't even give it a chance to like escalate. He was just like, nope, I'm just yo. Word. That's what I loved about that. That's what word.
Because I
That
sent
shit
him
was
that. I
crazy.
sent him my verse. He's like, oh, wait a minute. I'm going back to redo that. I got to fix my verse up. And he went back and came
Word.
back with that shit. Because, you know, I feel like since that we've always worked on the stage stuff, but really musically, a lot of people, because I was just blogging and I wasn't rapping before, for people to hear me rap, they really had to sit back and be like, oh, she rap. You know, a lot of people just thought I was going to come out, you know, you thought I was feeling you? They thought it was going to come out like that. But I came out on some other shit and it
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay. She fuck
Nah, I
around
feel
with the
you.
fuck around, so we got to come on our A game with her.
But you know what though? On the flip side of everything, it's a beautiful thing to get slept on. Because then when they sit there and expect you to be a certain way, you just come out just straight fuck their whole head up, their whole shit up. It's a beautiful thing to see that dumbfounded look on their face. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So word.
It's
I
crazy,
I
but I've lost
definitely
so
feel
many
that.
people who I supported in careers I helped. Like I told you, blogging and stuff. A lot of people just stopped fucking with me. They unfollowed me, was not supporting me. So that was the downside to that. Like you would think, oh, I was there championing behind you. Oh no, I got the total opposite of that. So it was like, and see, that's what I say
Well, I
about
mean, that's
music is like, I wish there would be more people that be genuine and true to the culture who want to see it flourish from a less competitive and catty situation, just wanting to put out good music and just supporting each other towards common goals, because you supporting me doesn't take anything away from you, just like when I was supporting you, it didn't take anything away from me. But we have to, kind of get to a place like that in hip hop. Right now, I feel like dudes be more catty than the females right now in this industry with me, and that's the crazy part.
yeah. I mean, like I said, lot. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants the money to speak for them, but that shit ain't gonna do shit. Like, you know what I mean, you gotta have, especially in this. You know what I mean? If you want to be part of the rap shit, which is obviously, you know what I mean, that funny style ass music, that's cool. Do you stay in your lane? But if we talking hip hop, you gotta have bars. You gotta have heat. You can't just come up in here and start rapping that jewelry shit. And you know what I'm saying? We gonna be all looking at you like, what the fuck this nigga rapping about, bro? Like we over here rapping about knowledge and self and some ill shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be like that, man. Cause I'm from the old school. I'm an MC too,
Right,
so I know how it's like to step in the cipher and really come live, and that's what hip hop is. If you ain't ready to do that,
right.
you need to, you know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Yeah, versatility is definitely lacking, and a lot of people can't kick those bars. Like, that's part of the reason why I stopped rapping, was because people was like, I was too conscious, I was too positive. Like, how the fuck are you too positive and too conscious? But okay, you know.
I mean,
Like, I
that's
dropped a
that
track
hate.
called Allah's Daughter, and it wasn't really a conscious rap, but the title itself made people look. I had the woman in the black kimar, I'm Muslim, and I had the woman in the black kimar, and I'm just spitting, and Professor Griff hit me. This is MySpace days. And he was like, yo, you spit like a hardcore Brooklyn dude. I got to meet you. And your producer, we went and had dinner with him and his people, and he really kind of lit the fire with me again to, like, keep up the vein of where I was going, because people be discouraging positive music. I don't understand it. Like, you have knowledge yourself, you
Yeah.
want to share it. People are like, we don't want to hear that teachy stuff, or it's too preachy. I need a dictionary to understand your raps, that type of dumb shit. So I had just fell back for a while.
You know what it is? It's jealousy and envy. You know what I'm saying? Like those words don't be brought up enough, but it's jealousy and envy. That's why people don't support each other, because they're so hurt in their ways. Like, why am I not succeeding? Why am I not this and that? So instead of just progressing and learning to do what you gotta do, they just hating on the next person by not even supporting them. That shit is whack. You know what I mean? Like that shit is not
Right.
gonna help nobody. What's the point of even following somebody on Instagram to not
To
support
not
them?
support.
Just to watch their moves?
Can't even
Like,
hit the
what the
like
fuck is the
button. But they
point of
be
that?
looking at them stories, though. But they will never hit nothing at the bottom.
They get caught in that shit. They think they slick. They be like, yo, they ain't gonna know. It's like, bro, it shows who the fuck is looking at your shit, so we can see what you doing and like how you seeing what we doing. And that's how I say that shit. That shit is all stupid, man. Like, just like and just share the post, man. Like, there's
Like
so
and
much more
share.
hip
Yeah.
hop.
I have female rappers who are popular, who they'll come to my page. They don't follow me. They'll like quotes on my page, but they never like my music. But yeah.
That's,
But I'm
that's that
glad
funny
you
daddy shit, yo.
I'm here. And I appreciate you liking the quotes, but it is what it is. You don't have to like the music.
You know what? Everything's a blessing. You know
It
what I'm
is,
saying? Everything is a
I
blessing.
just know I'm on the radar. You feel what I'm saying? It let me know I'm on the radar.
Yo, word. It's facts. But definitely also like the videos you've been doing and shit. Yo, that Crown of Thorns remix shit though. Like I was really
Thank
in tune
you.
with that shit. Like I don't know if it was just the beat and the chemistry in general, but it was just really kind of hit me a certain way. And the videos are dope. Like I like what you got. I mean, I was
Thank
expecting to
you.
see way more though, because you got a lot of heat.
Yo, I'm getting
But you know
ready
what I'm
to
saying?
drop some more from Dominique Devereaux project in a minute. Getting with my videographer soon for the Petrosian Beluga and Bird Champagne video shoot. So it's gonna be crazy. I gotta do it elegant. I gotta do it up. So I be needing a certain aesthetic when I do my videos. I just can't, be rushing. My hair gotta be a way, the clothes gotta be a certain certain locations, because the
Word.
locations is very important to me. So I'm excited.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. I mean, if you watch, for those that watch the videos, you're not just doing like the regular in the hood shit. You actually,
I can't
you.
stand it. That's my peeve. I will not be in the front of a graffiti backdrop, damn it. I want to do something different. I come from the Busters and Missies and those lavish videos. Like I want a video that's just gonna be something that pops out and stands out. I told the videographer, look, I want to be in the grass with mad apples all around me by a tree, like it fell off the tree, like just crazy shit. It's about the visuals and the aesthetics of what you're trying to convey. You just can't just, like I said, I don't just do shit to be seeking for clout. I do it for the full aesthetic and artistic vision of it. So salute Chalice on the visuals for me, and he's just been a big champion behind working with me for those videos, and I appreciate him for coming forward. I had people before, because they didn't really feel like I had a buzz. They didn't really want to do the videos for me, or they really took their time and moved slow with it. But Chalice treats me like a major priority, and I appreciate that.
That's what's up. We need more people like that person. Because you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, too many people was too anxious and too jumpy, and it has to be all about money. It's like not always about money. If you
Right.
love your craft, you should be working. You should be better in the artist that you're working with. You should be willing to take that extra time. Not that give me the money now and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Like
Right.
that shit don't make a good video.
Right.
Word. So, but yeah, I just wanted to mention those. You know what I mean? 'Cause I did check out the videos and shit. The Ascension too. The Ascension was real fucking
Oh
ill
yeah.
too. Like I like that shit. That shit
Yes.
was ill. So
Yes.
definitely check out her joints on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to her on there. Also follow her once again on the top little notch thing, whatever it's called. Now before we completely wrap this up, I want to ask you. You ain't got to do it, but I always got to ask this to everybody, yo. So would you be down to spit some bars?
I don't know what I would spit, but hold on, let me think about that. But before I do, I always have to give a shout out to all my people. You already know. Salute my rugged triad family. Doctera, Nivek, Dean, Al, my extended family, Shabam, Quaalude Beats, Techzilla, Quake Mob, and then I have my Free Thinker Clan family. So big salute to Allah Preem, Fal Al, Mo Ruckus, True Cypher, Save Me, Matt, Jalen. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a massive squad of people, mad work coming out with them. So it wouldn't be right. And I hope I mentioned Dean as well. It wouldn't be right if I didn't mention my crew and my squad because they're who make me who I am. Now, as far as raps, I don't know what I would say. I know I did this rap, and I'm hoping that I can remember. I'm so bad at the memory shit with raps, but I'm trying to think of which one I want to spit for you. Let me think. I hate doing on the spot raps, but I got to think of one. I did one for Royce the 5'9" from Goddess Tings, and they went crazy over that. So I might do that one, but I have to see if I can remember the beginning. That's the fucked up part. If I don't have a beat, hold on. Let me look and see if I can find a beat. If I can find a beat, then we gonna run it. Cause I'm like, child, I don't know what I want to do. Hold on. I love this rap shit. I do this shit all day and night too. So you gotta mind that I'm fucking tired as hell. Oh, I'm for
Yeah, I feel
real.
you on that.
Oh wait, well here go one right here. This is my tribute to Jim Morrison. It's called The Other Side. Let me see if I can remember the lyrics. Spit lyrics to hit like hollow points to the sucker bitch anatomy. I'm just enjoying the vibes. Our motherfuckers want to stay mad at me. Nonetheless, I progress steady in the road to success. I might stumble, but my foundation will never ever crumble. Stay humble and speak with confidence. I have meager earnings, but I got big dreams of living a life of opulence. Shaped terms of sacred words, metaphors and verbs, with shit that's so absurd that you ever heard the rhymes of poetry, and they paint a vivid picture and broach it for your ears, kind of a musical elixir, a masterpiece. That's how I let the stress release, soothe my inner beast and keep me in a state of peace. Yeah. I break on through to the other side with the widows and our balls. We like to run it high. Yeah, I break on through to the other side. Yeah, I break on through to the other side. So,
Yeah, that
yeah,
shit was
that's
tight.
my tribute to Jeff
That shit was tight.
Morrison because I think creators understand like when you zone out and you go places and your music, it's just like you're not present in this world. When I hit a stage and I perform, I honestly don't see an audience. The whole audience is gone, and I'm just spitting. So once I start, like with how I just did, once I start and I zone out, nobody is around me once I zone out and start spitting. So that's my little trick.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you on that, yo. I feel you. I feel you. Trust. That's dope, though. Like, I'm sure everybody appreciates that. You know what I'm saying? The homie Schizo, you know what I'm saying? He wants you to keep going and shit.
Yeah, I can't see anybody's comments. If y'all were commenting, please, because mine froze a long time ago. But thank you to anybody who is on here tapping in. I appreciate y'all. And Supreme, you already know I appreciate you. I love the show. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. I love your energy. You already know the minute you asked. I was like, of course. Like, I see what you're doing for the culture, and I respect it wholeheartedly. And I'm just honored to be on here. So thank you for having me.
No doubt. Well, I definitely appreciate everything you do for hip hop, and definitely appreciate the bars. You know what I'm saying? You setting the bar for a lot of people, so definitely feeling that, and definitely appreciate what you do in general. Because I know you be doing the blogs and stuff too on a regular basis. I try to check in here and there. You know what I mean? Try to support.
Yes.
So I'm sure you know what I'm saying you doing your thing. So definitely can't wait to hear more new music and stuff. You know what I mean? Definitely tag me and everything so I can help push it too. You know what I mean? I got you
I
and
got your
shit.
email, so
And
I'll be sending
definitely.
you some exclusives now.
No doubt, yo. I'm gonna be looking forward to it. Trust, but definitely appreciate you. And when you drop some more stuff, we run this back and whatnot.
That's what's up. I got you.
No doubt, no doubt. So yeah, I'm gonna hit you up after this. I'm gonna drop this on YouTube probably Sunday or something or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I gotta do editing and all that. But definitely appreciate you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Tap in. You already know. Reggie Triad, Free Thinker Clan. Big things are coming. You already know.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm gonna talk to you in a second.
Yes, peace.
Hi, peace. Once again, that was the homie Indigo Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Dropping some fire. Make sure to check her out. Make sure to also, you know what I mean, follow her and whatnot. Check out her YouTube, subscribe. She got some fire, man. Definitely shout out to everybody supporting the show. You know what I mean? We doing this every week, trying to get those dope ass artists out here for those that don't got a platform and whatever else. You know what I mean? Once again, check out my YouTube, subscribe. You can check all the past interviews and all that. And definitely shout out to the sponsors, of course. You know what I mean? The family, Snow Goons, Creative Juices. Shout out to the family, Smiley, the Ghetto Child, the Vinyl Frontier, Elite Sound International, Blazing Up Radio. We got a lot of sponsors, man, but they all family. You know what I'm saying? We all fam, we all people's here. We all pushing that dope hip hop. I appreciate all